Today we're talking about watercolor, and we're also talking about light. I'm going to paint a sunflower because it is one of the lightest places in my garden. The sunflowers, they're tall, they stand tall and proud and hover over everything below, kind of like the sun itself, flashing light into the rest of my garden, flashing light into my heart. But if I ask you what color a sunflower was, you'd probably say yellow. The truth of the matter is a sunflower is, well, there are all kinds of sunflowers, which are all different colors, but this sunflower is not just one color of yellow, it's many colors of yellow. So you see I have cadmium yellow light, cadmium yellow deep. Cadmium orange is really a yellow, but mixed with red. So I'm going to use all of these colors to create that yellow sunflower, because depending upon where the light is hitting it and not hitting it, a sunflower is going to have several colors. I don't use black in my paintings, and I don't use brown. I only use color. So I'm going to start out by painting. I have this number 14 round brush, and I'm going to paint. I always say to my students, paint the way something grows. This is the way that these petals grow. They kind of grow out from the center. That one's I'm going to probably replace that one. It's missing a tooth. Okay, so I'm actually, see how the petals grow out from the center. In fact, if you looked very closely into the center of a sunflower, it has little tiny flowers inside it, and it has seeds for other sunflowers inside it. So this is yellow. This is cadmium yellow light. This is the lightest. Well, no, I have other colors of cadmium yellow, but this is the lightest color that we're going to paint with today. And remember that in watercolor, I don't have white on my palette, because in watercolor I don't use white. White is where I leave a light place on my canvas, on my paper. Well, toward the center, they're all darker. So I'm going to do cadmium deep toward the center. It's not, if life gives you lemon, make lemonade. And so that's kind of the way I look at watercolor. I'm deliberately pulling that red. I touch the red with that dark yellow, and I'm deliberately pulling the red that direction down. Stop right now and let this dry, or the whole thing would be a big washy mess. And we don't want that, surely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to do one more thing before this dries entirely, and it's important. It's still wet enough that I can do this, but after it begins to dry very much, you need to let it dry completely, or you'll get these little backwashes, little puddle-looking things. So anyway, I don't use brown. Well, how do I make the brown inside a sunflower's face? I mix blue and orange. Blue and orange are complements. So what I do is I use this very dark Prussian blue, and I sweep it, and you see it. Green and orange make brown. So if I'm not careful with where I put this green, because red and green make brown, They're complements. They're also Christmas colors, and side by side they're beautiful, but if they mix, they make brown. Just like I just made browns by mixing these two complements, which were blue and orange. So I am very cognizant of the fact that this thing wants to turn brown. Now that's a little bit of blue there. Now then, I'm going to go up here and go into a very dark, the same dark blue that I put in right here on the, and I'm going to put a little bit of shadow into the green.